Welcome to the Enlightrepreneurs podcast. I'm Justin Minot. I'm here with my business partner, Dave Gold. Davey, give a wave. And we are joined today by Heather Burns. Now, we have been off tape for as long as we possibly could, just getting to know each other. And we just had to roll the tape because Heather is one of the coolest humans I've ever met in my life. So thank you. We're so excited to have you here today.
Thanks,
all right. So you're with Oak City Productions. What is Oak City Productions? What do you do? What are you all about?
Yeah. Oak City Productions actually has been around since 2012, but it was my business partner's, he founded it in 2012. His name is Joe Bruno, and he is a producer, director. He does all the production and leads the production. And I was a co-founder of Emerge in Raleigh, which is an art and music space.
Yes.
Underneath the Whiskey Kitchen. So I worked and helped start that whole operation. I ran the day-to-day operations, and Joe actually came in one day and was like, wow, this is a really cool place. I want, somewhere to be creative and to work. And so we ended up collaborating with Joe for a little over a year, and he became kind of our partner. And Emerge was doing really well. It was set up. They needed more of a venue manager than me, who I'm really more of a marketer. So I decided to move on, and Joe and I decided to kind of take the brand and grow it. Yeah. So last June, we went out on our own. And so what Oak City Productions is a storytelling company, really. And we focus on small businesses that, and make media affordable for them and really high quality, and try to our goal is to get the story out of the founder and take some really great video. And we also do branding photos. We also do live feed events and event recap videos.
How's that going right now, the live feed? Have you pivoted into that in this coronavirus environment a little bit more, or what's that look like for your business?
Yeah, so the thing about it, there has been a challenge because, people are really nervous about going outside. So, I've always done, we've done live feed for, really since we started. We started back doing live feed last fall. So I wouldn't say we've pivoted, but I think that now that the restrictions are loosening up on Friday, we feel more comfortable about going into the community and doing live feed that way, because I think we're all tired of staring at Zoom boxes. So that's definitely getting out there and doing it safely, of course, is what we're trying to do. But I think that more companies are going to move to live feed, and we're really excited about that.
Yeah.
So Heather, why? We all know we should tell our story. But you're talking about actually making a story out of a company. So first of all, why is that important? And I'm going to give you 2 batting practice fastballs, okay? Why is that important, and why are you guys so good at it?
It's important because people need to identify with you and your story rather than your product in order for them to really buy from you. Products are, of course, important, but if you don't have a story, you're not going to have connection with your customer. I was just speaking to somebody a couple weeks ago that has he makes custom furniture and local, really beautiful, cool furniture, but there's no faces on his website. There's no story. And he would sell so much more if he told his story, because he was such a cool guy, and just loved hearing about the process. I interviewed him. And so, just the importance of having story and connection is what makes me want to buy from you.
Well, strictly from a sales standpoint, one of my marketing advisors would talk about the cycle of like, trust, buy, right? That people have to like you first, then they trust you, and then they buy from you. And you can't really skip that thing, whether they're trusting you because they already know the brand or whatever that is. But for smaller companies, which is most of who you're working with, you like working with the smaller teams, they really have to get liked first, and they have to build trust, and then the buy comes. Yeah.
And
so
one small aspect is the storytelling video, and it should be professionally produced. and it should be on your homepage, and it should be something that you put on your signature line of your email. I mean, it should be nice. Now there's other video you can do yourself. I mean, you can DIY a bunch of video, and I do some workshops on that. And, people get really excited about that, how to do it, with social media video. So I think that having a mix of professionally shot video and, more authentic kind of social media type video with like a selfie stick or a tripod on your desk is important. And to answer your second question, the reason why people should choose us, well, we're really a lot of fun.
No way.
We have a really good time. We have a great rapport with all of our customers. We make the person feel comfortable in front of the camera, which is really important. We're not about like really flashy stuff. We're about authenticity and that human connection, and we're really good at pulling that out of people. So
yes. So what about this work resonates with you? Like, what about it makes you come alive? What do you love?
I just love helping small businesses, honestly, because I've been a small business. I know how it is. I can empathize completely. I owned a baby store for 10 years. It was e-commerce and a brick and mortar. And I know how hard it was. And then, with Emerge. So I have a special kind of relationship with my customers because I know exactly where they're coming from. Right. And I want to help them because I know how many challenges there are for small business owners. So really it's about the people for me. And I'm also definitely a marketer ever since graduating from college. A really long time ago.
So just to follow up on that, okay, I gave you some batting practice fastballs. Now I'm going to slip in a little bit of a slider here. Okay. Can you work with people that you don't resonate with?
I do work with people I don't resonate with. It's not as enjoyable, but I make it as professional as possible. But there's like, I definitely connect better with people that have, in the same kind of like consumer driven business, because that's my background.
Right.
But I've had clients in the B2B kind of industry, and actually I like that because I'm learning from them. I'm always curious about what they're doing and how I can learn how to do that. So, like we work with Riot a lot, and that whole Internet of Things thing, I was like, I don't understand any of this at first. But then once I got to, get in there and know and meet people in the industry, I find it really interesting.
So how do you ensure, is there something built into your process to make sure that you're working mostly with people that are a fit for your organization? Because I feel like these small businesses, these heart-centered, consumer-centered, they're actually thinking about the end customer. Those types of businesses are the ones that fit you best. So how do you make sure you get more of those and less of what you don't want? Because I think that's practical advice for any business who wants to align more and more with the types of people that they actually want to work with.
Yes. Well, I think you can't be afraid of saying no. And it's hard when you're first starting out because, we just started out in June, and there were a couple times that we didn't say no that we wish we would have said no. Starting out, we were doing some free work and discounted work, and that never works out. It's amazing. Like you would think, oh, I'm doing it free, or I'm doing discounted, this person should really appreciate it. They're always the most difficult clients.
Yeah.
So kind of funny, because they don't value what you're doing.
Right.
If they don't appreciate good marketing and appreciate that it comes with a cost, then they're not valuing the relationship. So, we're in a better position now to pick and choose clients. And if I have a call with a client and I don't feel that they're the right fit, then I'll probably...
What are the red flags, right? Because you said, okay, you had a couple bad ones. And so now you're saying, okay, I know what those relationships feel like. Or, what are some of those red flags that come up for you where you say, it might not be a fit?
Yeah. Red flags would be not really knowing what they want.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And not understanding the value, and it's all about price.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
you know, if we're very affordable, so that's not the issue. It's all about whether I think they're going to value what we're doing for them. So when we're having a conversation, if they're not passionate about their marketing and about wanting to move to the next level,
It's interesting because those red flags are really red flags almost about the sharing of values that you guys have.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, you know, and it's really, it's not so much that you don't want to pay. It's just that you're just seeing me as another pretty face. If all you're doing is price, then you're not seeing me.
Yeah.
You know, they're not seeing who you are and what your value is. And then it's not even so much we're haggling over the number. It's that they just don't appreciate who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And not that we don't want to do large corporate video, but that's not really, you know, we had discussions with a large company once, and I really didn't like the tone of it and the feel of it. It felt very much like we were a number, you know, and they were interviewing us. And I get that, like, they're big and they can do
Right.
that. But that didn't make me feel good. I want to work with people that, you know, I can lift up and they lift us up in return. You know, it's a partnership really more than a client.
It's co-create. Oh, he's got his finger up.
No, that was it. I was just saying yes to that you partner with people. So I would even the idea of having people as, you know, customers or clients, it's really a step further. You are walking with them, you are shepherding them, and it's a very different business model. And I'm understanding why Lauren got us in touch with each other from HQ, because you are a heart-driven business.
Absolutely.
I think also, just one other point, and then we should get on to helping you be even greater, is that first of all, there's two things. One is we don't have fun with people we really don't want to work with. You know, there's just something about the process. It's not just that we want to have fun. It's an indicator that we're on the right track and we're all being uplifted.
It's a metric. Fun is a metric.
It's a metric, and it's also part of the witch's brew of the alchemy of the co-creative process. Yes. And I think that's part of what it is too, that you realize you're creating magic. I can see, you know, what Justin and I both see you. You're a magician. You're creating magic in story. Your story just happens to be the medium that you're dabbling in. So one, we just want to recognize the magician that you are, and also the fact of how lucky people are to be able to work with you, to be able to be part of that co-creative process.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. So Heather, sorry, go ahead.
You go ahead.
No, okay. So on the HQ,
nice things about her. She's just gonna, you know, when I was a lawyer, they said when the judge is arguing your case, just shut up. So right now, it's like we're saying,
just keep saying nice things.
Go ahead.
Oh, beautiful. So on the HQ corner, we love to spend some time brainstorming what the biggest challenge is in your business and how we might be able to find some creative solutions to that. So what would you say for you at Oak City? What is the biggest challenge you're facing to actually getting to the next level for your business?
Okay, so the biggest challenge for us is that we're doing a lot of piecemeal work, you know? So there's always trying to get more. Our goal is to have more annual clients and more contracts. We have a couple. Yeah. And we love them.
Yes.
Not only does it ensure that we're paid every month, but it is a partnership.
Yeah.
And so I still love doing piecemeal video, and I'm happy to do it. We're kind of delving into different industries, but the client that really resonates with us is the one that we want to, you know, keep on with, even if we're doing a video quarterly for them, you know, if they can only afford that, or but we're also doing social media video and being that, you know, arm for a couple of our clients and doing all their social media and all their media. So we want to do more of that. I guess the issue right now is sustaining ourselves for our first year and making sure that, you know, we're paying ourselves, but also growth. Like, I have to make the decisions should I be scheduling somebody's social media? Probably not if I want to grow. You know what I mean? That I need to be able to hire for that.
Yeah.
Because I did hire for that in January, and then COVID came. So I had to let her go just for security reasons. And she's a college student living there with her parents, so she's fine. But but now it's like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have let her go. Because now I'm getting more work, but and I'm not complaining. I'm very happy about that. But yeah, I guess it's the age-old problem of you have to grow smart. You have to, in order to grow, you have to delegate, and you have to have those people that specialize in certain things. I can't specialize in everything. I can't specialize in making videos. I can't specialize in Facebook marketing. I can't specialize in LinkedIn. So there's so much that I can do.
Yeah.
But should I be?
Right. Dave, do you want to take a crack at this?
No, it's I always think it's funny. I just want to tell our listeners, viewers, whatever, that you notice when we go into, like, Justin and I each get a look on our face when this happens, and I just watch. It's like, oh, the wheels are turning.
The problem, the blessing is,
you go. We'll go back. We'll alternate. Okay.
Okay.
You go first.
So the blessing is with Dave and I is that somehow, I don't know why we're wired this way, but we love challenges. Like, we love jumping into this. We're not afraid of so I think, just hearing, because we see solutions, we see opportunities on the other side, and that's really fun. So the first angle that I want to take on this is, what you have is actually an alignment issue with your business, meaning your business, instinctually and intuitively that you are a partner. You're not just a production company. And so you're saying, okay, we do these piecemeal, right? We do these piecemeal, and it keeps coming back to, you want to be partnering long-term with clients. That's when you do your best work. That's when they get the most value out of you. And that's when the partnership makes most sense. So, easy example, when Dave and I work with people on a business coaching front, we tell them it's a 6-month commitment. Now, they can do less, right? And they can do these piecemeal things. But in order for us to get the most out of our work and for them to get the most out of us, 6 months, knowing how we're so relational, that's where we get the biggest transformation, right? Wow. So it's not just about, hey, I want to sell this client this thing because it's better for me or better for my business, or, and you did say, like, okay, and it's good that the recurring revenue comes in. That's true. But the sale is actually in the fact that, no, it's actually better for you, because that's where we do our better work, and that's where we can set you up for success. You don't just have a video that you pop up on your website. You have strategy. You have a team. We're rolling this out with your next products launches, and you become a part of their team rather than someone that's just serving their team. And if you can position it that way, and it might be in the short term, it might come at a short-term cost of focusing on that, but the long term is recurring revenue, deep partnerships, deep fulfillment, and companies that you just love to, like, you're just thinking about the next thing that you get to do with them. And I can already feel the excitement bubbling up in me for you.
Right.
Well,
I've got it. As I say on this many times, and just, I can't keep my star. Like you say, my daughter was young. She couldn't keep her Stardust in her pocket. She couldn't keep, I'm like my daughter. I just can't keep it in. So I got to get it out. So I'm sorry, we're going to talk over you if you would say. And how many things do I have, Justin?
Oh, you got 3, I bet. I would bet money on it. Dave loves 3s.
And even if I only have 2, I have 3. So I'm going to start with the last one first, and I'm going to be brief so I don't. One is just what he said. You are a in-house part of the team. That's what you are. Yeah. So, you're selling a long-term relationship, not just because it's more lucrative, because that's what it is. It's a partnership. The business is evolving. You're part of the evolutionary process with them. So in terms of being able to continue to, this isn't, you make a story and that story is obsolete in a week. Right. Okay. You don't tell your clients that because they won't do the story, but you know what we're saying, right?
Yes.
Second thing is just a brief war story. When we had our law practice, I started off, and on small, humble beginnings in a log cabin, all that stuff. But it's just surviving month to month. And then finally we started to get moving, had partners and stuff. And we knew personal injury was the way to go, but we were still doing domestics. You know, we were doing all this other stuff, and we were afraid to let it go because we knew that, hey, this was paying the bills and it wasn't creating space, both psychically and just from a time standpoint, for the work we wanted to do. And we finally just made a leap. We made a leap of faith, and we let go of everything else before we had enough personal injury work to keep us busy. Now, I'm not telling you to do that because you got a bottom line as well, you know, but I'm saying I think there's almost a higher aspect of declaring yourself by saying, I'm going to say no to tell the universe I know, you know, whatever it is. So just put that in the for what it's worth department. That's why I put it in the middle. The third thing is the product is, and it's, you know, I don't want to tell you because this is what you do for everyone else, but I'm going to just reiterate something you already know, and Justin and I already know. You, and I'll take Joe too, I don't see Joe, but you are the brand. You're selling you. You're not competing with everybody else because there's only you, right? And so it's, you know, literally, and this isn't just hype and buzz and everything else, is that what people are paying for is the opportunity. And again, I'll take your whole team, but they're not in front of us. But they're,
yeah, but we can assume based on this thin slice here.
Yeah. So anyway, that's the third thing, is just start rejiggering how you're thinking of, no, I'm competing against everyone else. No, you know, and this is you just holding up to your full height, which is what Justin and I saw as soon as you got on before we even rolled the tape. Mm-hmm. All right, those are my three things.
Good job. Heather, what are your thoughts? And then we'll...
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I think, you know, I always believe that you should do, and it's kind of cheesy, but do things based on love rather than fear.
No, that's not cheesy at all. That is, you are speaking to the Enlightrepreneurs right now.
I wrote a whole chapter in our ebook about that.
Yeah, so it's easy to succumb to fear and, you know, am I going to be able to pay my bills, you know, next month? I intuitively agree and know that that's what you're saying is exactly what to do. And we're definitely moving in that direction. It's just when to just say, that's it. And then it's whether you want to specialize in certain industries as well. So, I mean, we have a service client who's our biggest client, does home services like plumbing, electric, HVAC. And we have the opportunity to, I mean, we partner with him. We are his marketing department, basically, which is great. But niching in that industry would probably be really great business-wise for us. Mm-hmm. So that's also another decision we have to make. But then again, we love doing web series. Like we love doing, like we're getting ready to launch Brew Logic, which is craft brews web series, and that's really fun. and then you know the HQ, the From Scratch series that we're doing, that's really fun. So there's the super fun projects, right? Mm-hmm. And then there's, should we niche in this industry? And not to say that it's not fun working on that industry. We really enjoy it, really enjoy our partner. But we have to make that decision, you know, do we just do this or, you know?
Well, and I think the decision needs to be made, as you said, out of love and not out of fear. So out of love for yourself, out of love for your clients, out of love for the world. And when I hear you talk about, this is my observation, and I'm sure Dave is on the same page here. When I hear you talk about doing, okay, we could niche ourselves in the service industry, that's not an excited thing. It's like it'd be good for business. That to me is probably fear-based, right? That's based on money, based on business, you know, and just that when I hear you, and then we get to create, and do this.
She went to the brewery, she lit up like a Christmas tree.
Totally different. So I think your business model needs to be built around what makes you come alive, right? So if you say, okay, we want to partner with companies that we love long-term, that makes us come alive. And when we do these one-off projects or when we do these other projects, it has to be something creative. And we love going into new industries that we don't know anything about. We love that part of the process. Build your business model and your ideal clients around who you are, not around just chasing where the money is or whatever. The money follows passion, right? Right. Money follows passion all day long. And so I'm hearing the passion. Notice how it comes up for you when you talk about certain things, and when you talk about other things like, oh, it might be good for business. Like, oh, like, no, bye, right? No. And so you love that client. I don't know that you need more.
I love that client. Yeah,
right?
they're
Great.
awesome. I work with them very closely, and definitely want to grow with them because, they're just really family oriented.